Hey, baseball fans, this is Chris Singleton, and welcome to the show.
It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Pittsburgh Pirates pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they took down the Nationals in Washington 2-0. The Marlins combined for 10 hits as a team as they nabbed the extra innings win over the Mariners 4-3. The Phillies beat the Braves in Atlanta 4-3. The Mets catcher, number 95, was a major force at the plate with 6 RBIs as the Mets got the win over Cincinnati 12-5. They now have 6 straight victories. The Rangers grabbed 13 hits in the game as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 4-2. The Diamondbacks knocked out 12 hits as a team as they got the best of the Brewers at home 9-6. The Dodgers racked up 11 hits as a team as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 8-5. The San Francisco Giants put up 16 hits on the day as they bested the visiting Padres 7-6. The Toronto Blue Jays sent 3 balls into the seats. Hi, I'm Justin Allegri, and this is your Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Washington Nationals got 11 hits overall as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 4-3. The White Sox hit 3 long balls as they took down the visiting Braves 7-2. The Pirates picked up 14 hits in total as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 6-4. The Miami Marlins totaled 11 hits as they got a road win against Arizona 10-3. The Brewers broke up their 5-game losing skid as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 9-7. The Cardinals knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 7-4. The Giants launched 3 home runs as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 5-4. The Reds tallied 5 home runs overall as they took down the Red Sox on the road 9-1. The Yankees combined for 4 total home runs as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 8-2. The Baltimore Orioles stopped their 6-game losing streak as they grabbed the win over the visiting Twins 3-2. The Rays combined for 10 hits as a team as they beat the Guardians in Cleveland 4-3. The Kansas City Royals amassed 14 hits in the game as they defeated the visiting Tigers 8-7. Forrest Whitley grabbed the victory, his 4th of the year, leading the Astros to victory against the Angels 6-3. The Padres got 12 hits in this one as they defeated the A's in Oakland 10-6. The Mariners racked up 11 hits as a team as they got the best of the Dodgers at home 6-4. That's all for today's show. See you back here tomorrow. Have a great day. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday. Looking first at the NL East, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. plated 5 on the day with 2 big flies as the Nationals disposed of the Phillies 7-5. As of today, he is leading the National League in home runs. The Braves allowed only 5 hits in the game as they beat the White Sox on the south side 3-0. The Pittsburgh Pirates tallied 5 home runs overall as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 8-3. The Marlins starting pitcher, number 22, won his 4th game thus far as the Marlins took down the Diamondbacks 5-3. He is among the NL leaders in shutouts. The Milwaukee Brewers held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they got the win in a laugher against the Rangers 8-2. The Rockies starting pitcher, number 12, earned the win, his 4th this season, as the Rockies downed the Cardinals 4-1. Ezekiel Tovar was a force at the plate, driving in 3 runs, helping lead the Giants to a win over the Cubbies 8-4. The Cincinnati Reds pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they took down the Red Sox on the road 1-0. Felix Rosario earned his first victory of the season, helping lead the Blue Jays over the Yankees 6-5. Cal Quantrill pitched his way to his 100th career victory, leading the Orioles to the win over the Twins 1-0. He is among the AL leaders in wins. The Cleveland Guardians snapped their 7-game losing streak as they beat the visiting Rays 6-3. The Royals combined to allow only 4 hits as they defeated the visiting Tigers 2-1. The Astros combined to give up just 5 hits as they defeated the visiting Angels 4-2. Vaughn Grissom swung the bat well with 3 hits as Oakland defeated San Diego 5-2. Happy Friday, baseball fans. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Nats completed a 3-game series sweep as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 3-2. The Chicago White Sox swung it. Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Starting off in the National League East, the Nationals allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park 5-4. The Atlanta Braves had 12 hits as a team as they dismantled the Giants 9-3. Luis Robert plated 3 runs on the day, helping the Marlins dispose of the Blue Jays 6-5. He is among the National League leaders in home runs. The Philadelphia Phillies halted their 6-game losing streak as they grabbed the win in a walk-off against the Rays 4-3. The Mets got 11 hits overall as they made short work of the Padres 8-0. The New York Yankees hit 3 long balls as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 11-3. The White Sox sent 3 balls into the seats as they grabbed an extra innings win over the Brewers 9-3. The Kansas City Royals picked up 14 hits in total as they beat the Cardinals on the road 8-6. The win was their 6th straight as a team. The Diamondbacks shortstop, number 92, had a home run and 3 RBIs, leading the D-backs over the Rockies 5-3. The Los Angeles Dodgers combined for a 4-hitter as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 4-0. The Bo Sox knocked out 12 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Orioles 6-3. The Houston Astros combined for 10 hits as a team as they beat the Guardians in Cleveland 6-4. Jack McCracken collected win number 2 on the year as the Twins disposed of the Tigers 3-2. Ahmed Rosario had 3 hits on the day as the Angels got the win against the Mariners 4-3. He is currently among the doubles leaders in the American League. The Oakland Athletics put together 10 total hits as they stole a win in extra innings over the Rangers 9-8. And that's the show. Thanks for listening in. Good Thursday morning to you, Show Nation. Let's jump right into Wednesday's baseball action. Starting off in the National League East, the San Diego Padres brought out the rooms in a 3-game sweep as they used a walk-off for the win against the Nationals, 4-3. Hello there, baseball fans, and welcome to a Mother's Day edition of Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Washington Nationals got 12 hits in this one as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds, 5-2. The Phillies knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx, 6-2. The Braves allowed only 5 hits in the game as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field, 3-1. It was their 7th straight victory. Luis Robert It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, Mauricio Ordonez got his second W of the season, leading the Dodgers to victory over Washington, 4-3. The Atlanta Braves grabbed 13 hits in the game as they pulverized the Twins, 10-3. The Pirates totaled 11 hits as they manhandled the Marlins, 7-1. The Chicago White Sox racked up 11 hits as a team as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field, 6-2. The Angels held their opponent to just 2 hits as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park, 2-1. Akil Baddoo grabbed 3 base knocks as the Padres were winners over the Reds, 4-2. The Brewers launched 3 home runs as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks, 9-4. The St. Louis Cardinals amassed 14 hits in the game as they blew out Baltimore, 10-4. The Blue Jays held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado, 1-0. The Yankees hit 3 long balls as they beat the visiting Rays, 7-3. The Boston Red Sox sent 3 balls into the seats as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs, 8-7. The Guardians totaled 13 hits as a team as they dethroned the Royals, 8-1. The San Francisco Giants put up 16 hits on the day as they defeated the A's in Oakland, 8-3. The Astros grabbed 13 hits in the game as they bested the Seattle Mariners, 7-3. The Texas Rangers launched 3 home runs as they defeated the visiting Tigers, 5-4. And that's what's happening around the baseball world heading into today. Join us again tomorrow for the latest from around Major League Baseball. Welcome to our Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Let's jump right into Tuesday's action. Looking first at the NL East, the Nationals combined for 10 hits as a team as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 5-3. The Padres only allowed 2 hits in the game as they took down the Fish in Miami 7-1. The Rockies sent 3 balls into the seats as they manhandled the Mets 11-2. Brandon Marsh had 3 hits in the game, driving in 3, as the Phillies got past the Diamondbacks 3-2. Joe Ryan grabbed the victory, his 4th of the year, helping Atlanta get the victory against the Pirates 4-2. The Cubs pitched well, allowing only 3 hits, as they stole the win against the Mariners in walk-off fashion 3-1. The Reds totaled 13 hits as a team, as they grabbed the win against the visiting Athletics 9-6. TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Giants combined to allow only 4 hits as they bested the visiting Nats. Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Looking first at the NL East, the Rangers had 12 hits as a team as they bested the visiting Nats 9-8. The New York Mets smacked 15 team hits as they pounded. Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside the Show. I'm Justin Allegri. Starting off in the National League East, the Nationals center fielder, number 25, had 3 hits in the contest, helping the Nationals get a win over Houston 2-1. He is currently among the doubles leaders in the National League. The New York Yankees combined for a 4-hitter as they nabbed an extra innings win over the Braves 2-1. The Mets swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they beat the visiting Marlins 9-1. The Philadelphia Phillies got 11 hits overall as they secured a win in extra innings over the Padres 4-3. Ian Happ sent 2 into the seats while driving in 6, helping lead Cincinnati to a win over the Brewers 10-5. He is among the National League leaders in home runs. Miguel Vargas launched 2 home runs and added 5 RBIs to his total as the Cubs took down the rival Cards 20-11. He is currently among the NL leaders in runs batted in. The Arizona Diamondbacks grabbed 13 hits in the game as they took down the visiting Orioles 11-6. It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, Kent Lemon got his 3rd win this season as Houston was a winner over the Nationals 4-2. The Braves held their opponent to just 2 hits as they defeated the visiting Yankees 2-0. The New York Mets knocked out 12 hits as a team as they beat the visiting Marlins 7-4. The Phillies starting pitcher, number 46, grabbed his 2nd win of the year, helping the Phillies get past the Padres 6-1. Blair Cross won his 5th game out of the bullpen, helping lead Cincinnati to a win over the Brewers 4-3. The Cardinals combined to give up just 5 hits as they crushed the Cubs 10-3. The Diamondbacks allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they took down the visiting Orioles 3-1. The Colorado Rockies stopped their 6-game losing streak as they sank the visiting Buccos 9-2. The Dodgers launched 3 home runs as they beat the visiting Rays 6-3. The Red Sox got 12 hits in this one as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 4-3. The San Francisco Giants smacked 15 team hits as they beat the Guardians in Cleveland 15-4. The Twins allowed only 5 hits in the game as they took down the Tigers in Detroit 5-2. The White Sox swatted 4 home runs in this one as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 10-9. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim totaled 11 hits as they defeated the A's in Oakland 7-5. The win was their 6th in a row. It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, Pablo Lopez grabbed win number 6 on the year, helping the Nationals get a win over Houston 3-2. Welcome to our Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Let's jump right into Tuesday's action. Starting off in the National League East, the Cleveland Guardians racked up 11 hits as a team as they took down the Nationals in Washington 8-6. Cole Ragans earned his 4th win out of Happy Saturday. Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Starting off in the National League East, the Royals hit 3 long balls as they bested the visiting Nats 8-5. They now have 6 straight victories. Jordan Groshans sent 2 into the seats while driving in 3 as the Marlins took down the Diamondbacks 4-3. The Phillies picked up 14 hits in total as they got the best of the visiting Mets 10-3. Matt Manning was victorious for the 5th time this season, leading the Reds past the Braves 3-2. The win was their 5th straight as a team. The Chicago Cubs totaled 13 hits as a team as they got the home victory against the Astros 9-6. The Milwaukee Brewers grabbed 13 hits in the game as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 9-4. Kyle Tucker made the difference with a 2 home run effort, leading the Pirates past the Dodgers 3-2. The Rockies got 11 hits overall as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 6-3. The A's launched 3 home runs as they took down the Red Sox on the road 8-6. The Tigers totaled 11 hits as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx 4-1. The Guardians pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 5-2. The Orioles racked up 11 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Blue Jays 4-3. The White Sox first baseman, number 73, only had the double left to complete the cycle, helping the Chi Sox over the Padres 5-4. The Mariners combined to allow only 4 hits as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 6-3. It was their 5th straight victory. The Angels went deep 4 times as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 6-0. As always, thanks for tuning in. That's all we've got this morning. Enjoy the games later today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hi, I'm Justin Allegri, and this is your Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Washington Nationals got 11 hits overall as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County, 5-4. The Phils combined for 10 hits as a team as they got the extra innings win over the White Sox, 6-4. Dustin May got the win, his 6th so far this year, as Seattle pushed past the Mets, 1-0. He is currently among the AL leaders in strikeouts. Cal Quantrill won the game, finishing a complete game one-hitter as the Orioles downed the Braves 3-1. He is among the leaders in complete games pitched in the AL. The Marlins combined to give up just 5 hits as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 4-3. The Brewers sent 3 balls into the seats as they got the best of the Dodgers at home 7-2. The Cincinnati Reds totaled 13 hits as a team as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park 9-7. It was their 7th win in a row. The Arizona Diamondbacks only allowed 2 hits in the game as they grabbed the Happy Friday, baseball fans. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting out west in the American League, the Seattle Mariners earned the 3-game series sweep as they got the best of the visiting Mets, 7-4. They continue to win as they now have 9 straight. The Giants swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they took the win in extra innings over the Phillies, 5-4. Jordan Romano earned the 3rd A very happy Father's Day to all you dads out there from us at Inside the Show. Here's what happened around the league on Saturday. Starting off in the National League East, the Mets halted their 6-game losing streak as they pulled away from the Nationals 6-0. The Stros totaled 11 hits as they beat the visiting Marlins 4-2. The Milwaukee Brewers smacked 15 team hits as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 6-5. The San Francisco Giants put together 10 total hits as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 5-4. The Reds held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 3-2. The Pittsburgh Pirates put up 16 hits on the day as they defeated the Rays in extra innings 11-10. Tyler Mahle collected win number 2 on the year, leading the Dodgers over the Diamondbacks 3-1. Sam Kaiser collected win number 3 this year, helping lead the Red Sox over Colorado 4-3. Joe Adell had a big day offensively, collecting 3 hits and driving in 3, leading the Twins to the victory over the Padres 5-4. The Baltimore Orioles combined for 4 total home runs as they blew out the Jays 8-0. The Texas Rangers pounded out 17 hits in this one as they pounded the Guardians 14-7. The Tigers starting pitcher, number 33, grabbed win number 9 this year, leading the Tigers to the win over the White Sox 5-3. He is among the AL leaders in wins. The Kansas City Royals amassed 14 hits in the game, Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Starting off in the National League East, the Nationals racked up 11 hits as a team as they grabbed the win against the visiting Reds 5-0. The Atlanta Braves put up 16 hits on the day as they manhandled the Marlins 11-5. The Redbirds allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they defeated the visiting Fightin' Phils 2-0. They now have 5 straight wins. The New York Mets grabbed 13 hits in the game as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 6-1. Boris Locke swung the bat well with 3 hits, leading the Diamondbacks by the Mariners. It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, Mike Gonzalez got his 3rd win this season, leading the Nats past Cincinnati 5-1. Corbin Burns got the W and now has 5 this year as the Braves downed the Marlins 2-1. The Philadelphia Phillies hit 3 long balls as they cruised to the win over the beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Washington Nationals picked up 14 hits in total as they grabbed the win against the visiting Reds 8-5. Entering the day's action, the Nationals sit atop the NL East, while the Reds sit in 3rd place in the National League Central Division. The Braves finished off a 3-game sweep as they took down the Fish in Miami 9-4. At the start of the day, the Marlins are in last place in the NL East, while the Braves are 2nd in the division. The Phillies allowed only 5 hits in the game as they beat the Cardinals on the road 7-0. As of right now, the Cardinals are in 2nd place in the NL Central, while the Phillies sit in 3rd place in the National League East division. The Mets brought out the brooms in a 3-game sweep as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 7-6. Heading into the day, the Rockies sit in last place in the National League West division, while the Mets sit in 4th place in the National League East division. The Pirates finished off a 2-game sweep as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 8-3. As of today, the Brewers sit in 1st place in the National League Central division, while the Pirates are at the bottom of the division. The Diamondbacks totaled 13 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Mariners 9-4. At the start of the day, the Diamondbacks sit in 3rd place in the National League West division, while the Mariners sit in 4th place in the American League West. The Friars had 12 hits as a team as they pushed past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 7-0. As of right now, the Dodgers are in 3rd place in the NL West, while the Padres are 2nd in the division. David McClain was victorious. Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside the Show. I'm Justin Allegri. Starting off in the National League East, the Philadelphia Phillies swatted 4 home runs in this one as they bested the visiting Nats 12-11. The Atlanta Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. Looking first at the NL East, the Phillies starting pitcher, number 46, got the W and now has 5 this year, helping Philadelphia dispose of the Nationals 3-1. The Los Angeles Dodgers amassed an impressive 6 home runs in the game as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 11-6. Edwin Rios smacked a home run and drove in 3, leading Miami past the Mets 5-3. The Cubs swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 11-6. The Milwaukee Brewers went deep 4 times as they took down the visiting Orioles 6-3. The win was their 5th straight as a team. The Minnesota Twins amassed 14 hits in the game as they plundered the Pirates 13-7. Matthew Liberatore got the win, throwing 8 innings, allowing 1 earned run, leading St. Louis to a win over the Rockies 5-1. Jake Fraley drove in an impressive 5 with 2 home runs as the White Sox disposed of the Giants 10-0. He also extended his hitting streak to a modest 8 straight. Jacob Pearson drove home 3 runs as the Rays defeated the Tigers 4-1. The Yankees combined to give up just 5 hits as they took down the visiting Blue Jays 2-1. The D-backs launched 3 home runs as they beat the Guardians in Cleveland 8-5. The Royals combined for 10 hits as a team as they got a win over the Astros in Houston 6-3. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim knocked out 12 hits as a team as they beat the visiting Red Sox 9-4. The Mariners broke up their 7-game losing skid as they defeated the A's in Oakland 2-1. The San Diego Padres allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 3-0. It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Nats grabbed 13 hits in the game as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 10-7. Heading into the day, the Phillies are in 3rd place in the NL East, while the Nationals are atop the division. The Dodgers allowed only 5 hits in the game as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 5-0. Entering the day's action, the Braves sit in 2nd place in the National League East Division, and the Dodgers sit in 3rd place in the National League West Division. The New York Mets pounded out 17 hits in this one as they manhandled the Marlins 13-4. As of today, the Marlins sit in last place in the National League East, and the Mets are 4th in the division. The Chicago Cubs combined for a 4-hitter as they ran over the Reds 8-2. It was their 5th straight victory. At the start of the day, the Reds are in 4th place in the NL Central, while the Cubs are 3rd in the division. Dane Dunning had 13 punch-outs and earned the win as the Orioles took one from the Brewers 5-2. As of right now, the Brewers are in 1st place in the NL Central, and the Orioles sit in 4th place in the American League East Division. The Twins combined to give up just 5 hits as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park 2-1. Entering the day's action, the Pirates sit in last place in the National League Central Division, and the Twins sit in 3rd place in the American League Central. The Colorado Rockies got 11 hits overall as they got the win in extra innings over the Cardinals 3-1. Heading into the day, the Cardinals sit in 2nd place in the National League Central, while the Rockies are in last place in the NL West. The Chicago White Sox completed a 3-game series sweep as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 5-4. As of today, the Giants sit in 2nd place in the National League West Division, and the White Sox are in last place in the AL Central. The Detroit Tigers combined for 4 total home runs as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 7-2. As of right now, the Rays are in 2nd place in the AL East, and the Tigers are in 2nd place in the AL Central. The Toronto Blue Jays broke The first-year player draft is only a day away. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Miami Marlins allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they took down the Nationals in Washington 6-1. In other Nationals news, starting pitcher Pablo Lopez will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. They say he's dealing with shoulder inflammation. Kyle Harrison picked up win number 8 this year as the Red Sox pushed past the Phillies 5-3. They now have 5 straight wins. The Oakland Athletics swatted 4 home runs in this one as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 9-4. The Atlanta Braves knocked out 10 hits as a team as they took care of the Rocks in Colorado 6-4. The Cubs combined to allow only 4 hits as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 9-1. The Rangers held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they got a road win against Arizona 4-2. Max Fried pitched well, earning his 9th win of the season as the Dodgers defeated the rival Giants 4-1. He is currently in the top 5 in the NL in wins. The Cincinnati Reds sent 3 balls into the seats as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 4-2. The win was their 5th straight as a team. The Houston Astros hit 3 long balls as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 6-2. The Pittsburgh Pirates totaled 11 hits as they beat the O's in Baltimore 7-2. Davy Garcia won his 4th game thus far as the Yankees got the win over the White Sox 4-3. The Tampa Bay Rays put together 10 total hits as they took down the Tigers in Detroit 4-1. It was their 5th straight victory. The Royals starting pitcher, number 92, got his 9th win out of the pen, helping the Royals down the Brewers 5-4. He is among the AL leaders in wins. The Minnesota Twins combined for a 4-hitter as they took down the visiting Guardians 2-1. The Seattle Mariners combined for 10 hits as a team as they got the victory in extras against the Angels 6-5. And that's what's going on around baseball heading into today's action. Join us again tomorrow for more updates from around Major League Baseball. It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Rays pounded out 17 hits in this one as they bested the visiting Nats 8-7. The Braves totaled 13 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 6-3. They now have 5 straight wins. The Rockies racked up 11 hits as a team as they took down the Fish in Miami 7-4. The Philadelphia Phillies got 11 hits overall as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 7-6. The Mets held their opponent to just 2 hits as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 3-1. The Los Angeles Dodgers went deep 4 times as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 7-5. The Jays smacked 15 team hits as they got the win after some free baseball against the Pirates 7-6. Dakota Hudson won his 5th game out of the bullpen as the Cardinals beat their rival Cubs 3-2. Dane Dunning earned the win, his 4th this season, helping the Orioles defeat the Giants 4-2. The Padres picked up 14 hits in total as they pummeled the Yankees 8-0. The Boston Red Sox grabbed 13 hits in the game as they pounded the Guardians 11-3. They continue to win as they now have 9 straight. The Astros pounded out 17 hits in this one as they bested the Tigers in extra innings 14-13. The win was their 5th straight as a team. The Chi Sox got 12 hits in this one as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 4-2. Pedro Leon drove in 3, leading the Twins to the win over the A's 7-3. The Texas Rangers totaled 11 hits as they took down the visiting Mariners 6-3. And that's the show. Thanks for listening in. I'll be back tomorrow with more news and updates from around the majors. It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Tampa Bay Rays racked up 11 hits as a team as they bested the visiting Nats 11-9. Entering the day's action, the Rays sit in 2nd place in the American League East Division, and the Nationals sit in 1st place in the National League East Division. The Atlanta Braves brought out the brooms in a 3-game sweep as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 4-3. The win was their 6th straight as a team. At the start of the day, the Braves are in 2nd place in the NL East, while the Diamondbacks sit in 4th place in the National League West. Gerard Encarnacion was a triple away of completing the cycle as the Fish disposed of the Rockies 4-3. In the standings, the Marlins are in last place in the NL East, and the Rockies sit in last place in the National League West Division. The Kansas City Royals combined to allow only 4 hits as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 6-3. Heading into the day, the Phillies are in 4th place in the NL East, and the Royals are in 1st place in the AL Central. The Brew Crew broke up their 5-game losing skid as they got the best of the visiting Mets 3-2. As of right now, the Brewers are atop the NL Central, while the Mets sit in 3rd place in the National League East Division. The Dodgers pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they ran over the Reds 7-1. At the start of the day, the Reds are in 3rd place in the NL Central, while the Dodgers are atop the NL West. The Blue Jays completed a 3-game series sweep as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park 10-7. In the standings, the Pirates are in last place in the NL Central, and the Blue Jays are in last place in the AL East. Isaac Paredes was fantastic at the plate, collecting 5 hits as the Cubs took down the rival Cards 7-0. Entering the day's action, the Cardinals sit in first place in the National League's Central Division, and the Cubs are fourth in the division. The O's finished off a 3-game sweep as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco, 4-3. Heading into the day, the Giants are in third place in the NL West, while the Orioles are in fourth place in the AL East. The New York Yankees knocked out 10 hits as a team as they grabbed a walk-off win in extra innings over the Padres, 7-6. As of today, the Yankees sit in third place in the American League East Division, and the Padres are in second place in the NL West. The Cleveland Guardians Welcome, everyone. Let's jump right in and revisit the news and events from Monday. Looking first at the NL East, the Milwaukee Brewers hit 3 long balls as they pulled away from the Nationals 13-3. Reggie Donaldson won the game, finishing a complete game one-hitter. Hi, I'm Justin Allegri, and this is your Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Washington Nationals allowed only 5 hits in the game as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee, 5-1. Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside the Show. I'm Justin Allegri. Looking first at the NL East, the San Francisco Giants combined to give up just 5 hits. The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Nationals launched 3 home runs as they defeated the visiting Giants 5-2. As of right now, the Nationals are in first place in the NL East, and the Giants sit in third place in the National League West Division. The Atlanta Braves brought out Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. Starting off in the National League East, the Tampa Bay Rays tallied 5 home runs overall as they manhandled the Marlins 13-4. The New York Mets got 11 hits overall as they defeated the visiting Giants 7-4. The Chicago Cubs held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 4-0. The Diamond Happy Friday, baseball fans. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Braves had 12 hits as a team as they got the best of the visiting Mets 3-0. The Brewers got 18 hits as they sank the visiting Buccos 11-4. Clark Schmidt got his second W of the season, leading Texas to a win over the White Sox 6-5. The Royals put together 10 total hits as they grabbed the win over the visiting Twins 6. The trade deadline is fast approaching. We'll tell you what your team did on Inside the Show. Starting off in the National League East, the Washington Nationals put up 16 hits on the day as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 10-1. Entering the day's action, the Nationals are atop the National League East division, while the White Sox sit in last place in the American League Central Division. The Mets combined for a 4-hitter as the trade deadline looms large. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the NL East, the Marlins starting pitcher, number 22, collected his 8th win overall as the Marlins got the best of the Nats 4-0. The win was their 6th in a row. Alek Thomas had a total of 3 RBIs on the day, helping lead the Cubbies to a victory over the Mets 6-4. He also extended his hitting streak to a modest 8 straight. The Philadelphia Phillies totaled 11 hits as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 8-2. The Pittsburgh Pirates sent 3 balls into the seats as they got the best of the visiting Redbirds 9-7. The San Diego Padres hit 3 long balls as they pushed past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 7-2. Michel Baez grabbed his 2nd win of the year as the Giants toppled the Rockies 1-0. The Rays only allowed 2 hits in the game as they took down the Yankees in the Bronx 1-0. The Red Sox knocked out 10 hits as a team as they blew out Baltimore 9-2. The Toronto Blue Jays put up 16 hits on the day as they destroyed the Angels 13-7. The Twins broke up their 5-game losing skid as they sank the Mariners 9-2. That's the show for today. Tune in tomorrow for all the latest news and rumors as the trade deadline approaches. Well, this is it, the final day of the season for teams to make trades. There could be a flurry of action as the day goes on, but before we get there, here's a recap of what went down yesterday. Starting off in the National League East, Luis Garcia grabbed 3 runs driven in, helping Washington get past the Marlins 4-1. The Guardians picked up 14 hits in total as they took down the visiting Braves 10-5. The Cubs starting pitcher, number 45, was victorious for the 5th time this season, helping lead the Cubbies to a victory over the Mets 3-2. The Rangers held the opposition at bay with only 4 hits as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 6-2. Christian Arroyo was clutch with the bat in his hands, driving in 5 runs on 3 hits as the Southsiders took care of the Reds 10-2. The Milwaukee Brewers totaled 13 hits as a team as they defeated the visiting Tigers 6-5. The St. Louis Cardinals amassed 14 hits in the game as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park 8-4. The Arizona Diamondbacks racked up 11 hits as a team as they sent their crowd home happy after a walk-off win against the Astros 6-4. The Los Angeles Dodgers combined for 10 hits as a team as they bested the visiting Padres 8-4. The Rockies starting pitcher, number 80, grabbed win number 6 on the year, leading the Rockies to a win over the Giants 1-0. The New York Yankees knocked out 12 hits as a team as they beat the visiting Rays 4-3. The Boston Red Sox picked up 14 hits in total as they beat the O's in Baltimore 8-5. Chris Bubic collected win number 2 on the year, leading the Halos to the win over the Blue Jays 4-3. The Kansas City Royals grabbed 13 hits in the game as they defeated the A's in Oakland 9-4. It was their 5th straight victory. The Minnesota Twins got 12 hits in this one as they got the best of the Mariners 9-4. And that's the show. The trade deadline is only hours away, so don't forget to check in tomorrow for a full recap of the day's events. The trade deadline has come and gone. Here's a recap of what happened on and off the field yesterday. Looking first at the NL East, the Washington Nationals swung it well with 15 hits in the game as they beat the visiting Marlins 9-6. The Atlanta Braves combined for 4 total home runs as they beat the Guardians in Cleveland 8-1. The New York Mets got 11 hits overall as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 7-1. The Texas Rangers had 12 hits as a team as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 5-3. The Cincinnati Reds snapped their 5-game losing streak as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 2-1. The Tigers allowed only 5 hits as a staff as they took a victory against the Brewers in Milwaukee 6-2. The Cards pounded out 17 hits in this one as they plundered the Pirates 9-3. The Diamondbacks smacked 15 team hits as they got the home victory against the Astros 8-3. The Padres sent 3 balls into the seats as they pushed past the Dodgers at Chavez Ravine 10-5. The Giants pitched well, allowing only 3 hits as they bested the visiting Rockies 3-1. The Yankees put together 10 total hits as they beat the visiting Rays 6-4. Chris Paddock pitched his way to his 100th career victory as the Orioles took down the Red Sox